Hi everybody, Angie here. Excuse me. Coming on to do a small thrift haul with you guys and a couple little odds and ends. Just trying to clear up a couple things that I have on my desk. So I thought I'd take you guys along. I kind of started and I was like, you know what, let me just bring you guys along. Might find something interesting and get some value out of today's video. So we'll start with the little short haul that I have. I had to stop at Walmart, pick up a few things, and I cruised through the back to school section, and there wasn't that much, but a whole bunch of tablets and paper notebooks that they mark down at this time of year, which I have several, so I didn't pick any up. Usually I will pick up a couple composition notebooks or something, but I refrained and I didn't, but I did find these little badge holders. Now, why they were on clearance for 20 cents, why I got them, I have no idea, but I just picked up 5 of them. I don't know, our crafty minds, I thought, you know, I would find some use for them, and there's 2 in a pack, so I thought it was a good value. So I got $1 worth. I don't know if you guys have any ideas, please share them. But yeah, I just in my brain, I thought, you know, somewhere down the line, I could use these somehow, but right now, I have no idea. Okay, then I went to my local Goodwill, and I try to pop in there, you know, at least once a week if I can, but if I can, at least a couple times a month. And I found a few things that I thought were a good deal. I found this lined journal. It's got a leather cover, never been used. It does have a little bit scar. Looks like something ran across the cover here. Got a little, you know, cosmetic damage, I guess you would say, to the cover, but not much at all. Never been used. Beautiful journal. It was marked at $1.99. I got it for $1. So it's 50% off. Very nice pages. Color to them. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I thought it was a good buy for $1. So I got that. And then I got this, just a sales order pad, 75 sets, 2 parts carbonless. Looks like the first 7 pages have been used, but in very good condition. Thought they could go in journals, be used for this or that. Got a white copy and a yellow copy. So plenty sheets. Again, I got it for $1. And the receipt wasn't on there, and I took it up and asked how much. She goes, $1. So I thought that was a good buy. Then I got this. Hasn't been opened. It's some what do you call it? Just lost the word. Goodness gracious. Looks like, I don't think I want to open it, but copy paper weight, and you fold it in half, and it's kind of like a thank you card, and it just says, "Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good." 1 Chronicles 16:34, King James Version. And falls right upon us. I thought it was really pretty. I figured I could use those in some journals as a whole piece, as a page. You know, when they have, where they have their little business logo here, we can always cover that up, put something on there, and I would imagine that it is blank on the inside, just white. We could just grunge that up and put some stenciling and throw those pieces into a journal. They'll make some really, really pretty journal pages, I thought. And I don't know how many sheets are in here, probably 50, maybe. But again, $1. I thought that was a good buy, so I got that. And then I got some file folders. Yay! I took them out of the box because the box was really tattered. They had it taped up with some, you know, some white tape, packaging tape. But look at that. I don't know how many. I think there was more than this, and it wasn't a completely full box. But I got this for $1.99. And I thought that was a really good buy. We love our file folders, don't we, guys? We love our file folders. I do. So I think I have plenty to make a lot of projects and last me for quite a while. So I picked up that. And that's it for my crafty little haul. But then, excuse me, I need to take a really quick sip of my coffee here. Oh, okay. So then I have on my desk here, I've been just totally accumulating little bits and pieces of scraps and parts of digital kits and this and that. And my basket and my pile is just getting overflowed. So and scraps, I don't know, I know we all tend to like to keep scraps, but for me personally, after they get to a certain size and amount, I get stressed out over it. I have to do something. So I usually will make collage boards, some, just different things. So the other day I sat down and just collaged with just some random bits and pieces that I have that I accumulate on my desk, and I move them from my desk to over here, and then from over here to the floor to get them out of the way, and then from the floor they come back to my desk, and it's just like an assembly line. And I touch them 2, 3, 4 times a week, but I don't do anything with them. Well, I did a collage with them, and these are just random pieces. When I do collage master boards, I usually don't like to use this many random pieces because it tends to get very busy. But I just wanted to do something with them and not waste them and throw them away. So I just used a piece of printer paper, 8.5 by 11, and I just started laying them down. So here's one, and there's just random pieces. That was like an old printable from like a cabinet card. I think this was just a printable. This was a piece of a printable. This was a printable. It was an actual tag, tickets, just random pieces of scrap. I had some music page. I mean, here's a label. Here's another one. Just little bits and pieces. Very busy, I realize, pieces. This one's a little bit of a lighter neutral tone, but again, still quite busy because there's a lot of different prints going on. So you say, what are you going to do with that? I mean, they'll make a nice little cover if you really wanted to, because once we start putting our overlays and our bits and pieces, I think it would tone it down, and we bring some inks. I don't think that they're unworkable, but this time I thought I'd try something different. Instead of just cutting them down to tags or journal cards, I thought I'd try something a little bit different. So what I did was I brought in, I have a 2-inch square, 2-inch square punch. So I thought, let me make some labels or some frames. I really like to work with frames a lot. So I did that. I cut out some squares. I went about, I don't remember, I think it was about a little over 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch all the way around. And I thought I'd use them as frames. When you have, I don't have anything here in front of me to look, but like say this was our, let's see, just say this was our page, that we were working with, and we wanted to frame something. I think that would be a really nice effect to bring onto a journal page. We all use the little stickers and washi stickers, but why not just have some framed pieces that are already, got a base already to work with, and then we just go from there. Bring in some inks and, whatever we want to do, and use them that way. So out of one 8.5 by 11, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames, and these also can be used as bases for our specimen cards also. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with using that as a specimen card. I think it would be really nice. Put in a leaf, put in a butterfly, you could put in a bee, you could put in a plant, I mean anything, a mushroom, and I think that would be a really nice top portion for your specimen cards as well. Okay, so I got 6 of those out of one 8.5 by 11, and then 6 of the 2 by 2 inch squares. And look at that, those look really, really nice. Bases for, you know, they could be little cluster bases, you know, little mini things to put in side tucks. All you'd have to do is put a little focal element on there, put a little tab pull, if even that. But I thought those came out really nice, so I got 6 of those. And then I got 2 good sized tags for bases to start with. And the tags ended up being almost 2.5 by 5.5, and that was just the last bit on the edge. Okay, and this was already the element of a digital from a tag, which, as you can see, the little hole portion got cut off, but it already had the little indentations for the side, the tag size. So I just used that, matched them up, snipped them off. Okay, and for this little piece here, just throw a little piece of fabric and cover that up or something like that. But again, I thought that came out really, really nice. So I thought we could do that if maybe that's something that you hadn't thought of. And then when I used my 2-inch square punch, it got me to looking at some of my other punches. And I have this little small tag punch. I thought we could use that. Or even I have this 2 5/16 scallop circle, and I use this quite a lot. That could be used. We could use that and do some cuts to use for our journals. So let's do a couple of these. I have 3 left. Let's see what we end up with. Thought we'd just have a little play today. And I hurt my arm and my wrist the other day, so it's doing better now, but it's and when I work with, excuse me, I'm kind of changed thought process here. When I do my master board collages like this, I used to look and try to maneuver each piece and try to get, oh, I want that image, or I want that image, or I want that image. I find it's more fun and more interesting if you flip it upside down and cut from the reverse size. And thank you, Gail Agostinelli, for that tip. I saw it on her video a long time ago. It's been a while, but ever since I saw it, I tend to do that. I just find it more fun. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over, and we're just going to cut. And hopefully I can cut with my sore wrist. I haven't tried, but I'm right-handed, so I got to do it this way. Okay, and I'm not even going to look until the end. Okay, come on. Okay, so then we'll trim that off and we'll just keep going. Let's do some in this direction. See what we get. Oops, wrong end, Angie. Oh, so then we'll, let's see. I guess we have to do it this way. So I'll only get 1, yeah. At least this way we get 3 cuts. And I'm going through several layers of paper, so it's a little bit of a cut there. Okay. Let's trim that off. So how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing good, other than having a sore arm. And it's not that bad. I just, I was doing some yard work and just being clumsy and careless. Let's go this way. And I kind of sprained and bruised my arm with the lawnmower. Not a very exciting story at all. But it looks terrible because it's really bruised, so I thought it'd be better for camera if I just covered it up. I need to think of a better story to tell than just me being careless and injuring myself. And really, if you wanted to, I mean, I could kind of visually and take the negative, and that can be used as well. There's nothing wrong with using that down and putting, you can use some vellum or putting an image in there and using and making a tag that way as well. So that's always an idea. But yeah, I need to think of a better story to tell because I was just being careless. See? Look at that. That's nice. And then this piece, we'll hold on to that. Okay, so out of that tag shape, let's see what we've got. Okay, not bad. See, we've got some good bases for some little small tags. I don't know what happened there. Okay, there's that one. That one upside down, but once we put something over it, that'll be fine. There's that one. And again, we got a little raggedy cut there. So look at that, guys. Not too bad, huh? 2, 5, 8, 10. So we got 10, and this shape is 2 inches by a little over 3, 2 by 3, little mini short tags. Look at that. And then if you wanted to keep the offcuts, I'll keep these 2. I've tossed the other ones, but I'll keep these 2. Never know when those will come in useful for something. Okay, so not too bad. I think those are some good bases. Okay, so the next one, let's do the scallop. Let's see what we end up with this one. So I'm going to flip it over. And this one's a hard one to punch. I don't know why. So I need to stand. And I guess I could try and do it this way. It's hard to punch. Oops. Just bumped the camera. Sorry, guys. I love this punch, but it is very difficult. It takes some strength. And right now that's something I don't have. See? We'll hold on to that. Might come in useful for something. Okay, I'm going to go back to this way. It's kind of hard. Okay. I'm going to bring it right over here on the edge so I can get some leverage. I think it's the position where I am in and where I have the camera right above me. I can't get over the top of the punch to really okay, I'm gonna try it this way. I can't do it. Okay, that's not such a good idea. I'm gonna move it over here where you can't really see too much, but at least I could get above it. There we go. Kind of messed that one up. Okay, let's cut this away, see if we can get a couple more out of here. Okay, and then I got some scrap bits. I'll hold on to that, see if I can cut any of that down and use for anything. But that's for another day. Okay, so let's see what we got. I'm all out of breath, guys. My goodness. All right, so out of an 8.5 by 11, let's see what I got out of this. And this is a, well, a little over 2.5 inch circle scallop. So I got 1, 2, 4, would have had 8, but this one kind of cut off because of the mishap I had. But sometimes we don't even use a whole circle anyway, so I'll hold on to this. I might put this over the edge of a tag or something for embellishing, and I won't use that portion anyway. But I like that little floral element there. Okay, so those came out well. I like this one, and I like that one. Look at that, very nice. Okay, oh wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So I got 9. Plus the off pieces, might be able to salvage a little bit off the edges of those. Okay, all right, so I have one more. So I think I want to do some more frames. Okay, so what I did with that, this is about a 2-inch square. Ugh. So I cut my piece in, if I remember correctly, 2.5 inch strips. So then there'd be, well, let's do 3-inch strips. And there'll be a half inch on each side. I think that's what I did. Yeah, and then this was that leftover piece that I had, and this is 8.5, so we'll just cut this down to 4 1/4, and that'll give us 2 small pieces for tags or something there. Okay, and we'll start with that, and just cut ourselves a little. And if you want to measure, you could measure, totally up to you, but good start there. Okay, then on this one, I just tried to center it the best I could. And again, I'm going to push it over on this side so I can get some leverage over the top. And I just kind of eyeballed it. And down we go. Okay, and you can see I was off a little bit, but those adjustments can be made when you actually use the pieces for your projects. Then I just cut. I might just leave that one alone, who knows. Okay, so let's do the other ones. I'll leave that one alone. Okay, here we go. So we got 1, 2, well, that's the different shapes, and I didn't measure them, as you can see. I just cut. And sometimes I like on one end, if you decide to use it as a specimen, you might want to put a label or a little something there, so have a little bit more room. But like I said, those adjustments can be made when you actually use the pieces. You know, trim that down so it'll a little bit more even. So there's one, all different sizes. Okay, maybe trim this side just a little bit, so it'll be a little more even. Okay, so there's another long one. That one's more that size, and another long one. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. Again, we got 6, 2 small bases for 2 tags, and 6 more squares. How about that? So I think that's a good idea. you know, rather than just, I'll trim that down just a little bit, then just use them as tags and journaling cards. Maybe turn them into frames or bases for your specimen cards. Okay, and then with the leftover pieces, of course, we don't want anything to go to waste if we can help it. So of course, make yourselves a couple tags, a couple small journaling cards. Keep these little bases. They can be bases for your clusters. You know, who knows what? You never know until you're starting working in a journal what you're going to use, what you're going to need. So there's that. So let's see. Got quite a few pieces here. Got ourselves some pretty little bases for some tags. Here's the couple offcuts on that one. We've got ourselves some scallop circles to work with. Here's some more of those squares, cut-offs there. A couple more tags, and I'm glad I got them in a couple different sizes. And then some more frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 more, so 12 frames. So I really, really like that. So you might want to give that a try. Okay? So decorating these will be for another day, but at least it got me started and got all these little bits, and I literally had a stack about 4 inches high. What is that? Yeah, about good 3.5, 4 inches high of just these pieces. So I was able to put them to use, and now I have some beautiful bases to work with for our journals. Okay, so that'll be fun to play with those. And then the offcuts, I don't know, let's take a look at that. Like this, I think that could be something. If nothing else, it could be cut down to a tab pull. I mean, just something as simple as that, guys. You know, we might need a tab pull. What's wrong with that? Fall, it'd be a nice fall, put some stitching. As a matter of fact, I think I might just do that and then stitch around it. So I'm going to put a little glue just to hold that in place. Okay, so how about that? Not too bad. Okay, and then the other one, sure, why not? And if you want to do a shape, you can do a shape. I mean, you might want to curve the edges a little bit. I don't know. Maybe you won't want it quite so long. Maybe we'll cut it down just a little bit. Okay, nice collaged base for a tag there. And once we get some stitching, or if you don't want to stitch, do some faux stitching. Okay, we bring some inks in. We got ourselves a really, really nice tag there. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. We got a little piece here, and I got a line to help me guide. Again, that could be a little something. Okay, hold on to that. That's scrap, I think. Here's another little piece. Maybe we could do something with. Okay, we'll hold on to that. Here's another corner. Hold on to that. I don't think we could do much with these little scraps, so we'll discard those. I mean, if I can cut a straight line. This might be a border piece, you know how we use things on edges of your pockets to reinforce them so things can go in and out. You know, that could be a nice little top piece for a pocket. I'll hold on to that. Okay. So we got quite a few pieces out of that, out of those master boards. What was it, 3 8.5 by 11? So we got a lot of pieces out of there. We'll go ahead and discard that. Okay, and then I pulled out, since I had all those file folders, I just pulled out one and I cut it down to make some mini file folders. Because why? Because that's what we can do, and we like everything in a mini size. So I just cut down, oops, I don't know how that got in there, some mini sized file folders just to work with. So out of one normal size file folder, I cut it down, and I got 1, 2, and I didn't do any measuring. I just started cutting 3, and they're not all the same size. 4, 5, and these, there's a few that I didn't do the edges on. 6, 7, 8. So out of one large file folder, I got 8 smaller file folders for us to decorate, collage on, make pockets, make little notepads. You can put a little signature in there, decorate it up, give yourselves a closure, and you've got a cute little tuck piece to put into a pocket, clip it in, anything like that. So I'll be working on these in the future. So that's a lot of fun. Okay. So yeah, just some random things that I have on my desk that I wanted to get out of my way, because like I said, for these pieces literally have been sitting on my desk for the last 8 days, and I move them from one spot to another, and then they end up back on my desk, because I tell myself I don't want to throw them away. I move them over here, I move them over here, and then they go back to my desk. So I'm really pleased that I finally did something with those. And yeah, so that is it for my video today, guys. I hope you like the master boards and the pieces that we cut down today, along with my crafting haul. I'm really pleased with the few little items that I got, especially this cute little journal for $1, guys. You know, I can do something and cover that up if I want. And do keep in mind, just with the time and age that we do live in, guys, we love to do our crafting hauls and our thrift store shopping. And I know it doesn't really need to be said, but sometimes we need to be reminded just to be really careful and be safe. Anytime you do any purchasing like that, always wipe your pieces down. I always have some alcohol wipes and baby wipes. Anything I buy like that, I always come home and I wipe everything down. So all this stuff has been wiped down prior to doing the video. Okay, so just sanitize things. You don't know what hands they've been in, where they've been. And I know a lot of stuff we get is very vintage, and we have to be really careful with those pieces, of course, but just keep yourself safe and make sure you're washing your hands and wiping everything down thoroughly. Okay, so that is it for today, guys. Thank you so very much for spending some time with me today. I hope you found something useful. I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. And until next time, guys, thank you so very much for spending some time with me. I appreciate you. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.